Hi, I'm going to talk about one of your assignments and I'm going to give you a chance to do it over again before I grade it. So, let me tell you a little bit about psychosocial rehabilitation. For many years, the only types of therapies available for people were to meet one on one with somebody in an office, four walls, and a therapist, and you. And you were expected to talk to them maybe once a month, maybe twice a month, or if you were pretty wealthy, you could afford it once a week. Insurance didn't pay for it, and you were on your own. Or perhaps you get assigned to a group that maybe you didn't even want to be part of, that it was the only kind of thing that was available for you to discuss problems, or it was a place where you were mandated to go for some sort of treatment because of something that you were involved in alcohol, drugs, some other types of issues or problems where people mandated that you needed to receive counseling. Then all of a sudden we had people who finally came to the conclusion that we need people who are able to function in society despite the fact that they have issues in their life that cause them problems thinking, feeling, caring, things that have happened to them that create mental illness, whether it be because it was biologically induced or whether it was because they got it from something that uh, occurred in life, like the Romanian orphans who uh, tend to die, failure to thrive because of not having any relationships or caring from anybody, including being fed with a bottle tied to a crib as opposed to being held as children need. So finally, we have the professionals in this field of ours who said, there's got to be a better way. And so in psychosocial rehabilitation, the whole key to it is finding a way for someone to function, to be able to go to work, whether it be an hour a day, an hour a week, to being able to live on their own, or maybe they can make a meal by themselves, or go to the grocery store alone, or be able to ride a bus, be able to have a place to live, a place there may not be with a family or a roommate, because that isn't the kind of living place that they want or need. So, what do we have? We have clients out there, we have homeless, we have the girl that you got an assignment for today. Now, it's an easy question. And as I told many of you, most of you are going to miss it. You weren't going to get it right. So, what I did was I looked at your answers to see how many people actually got it right. And a few that I talked to, ahead of time, and asked me some questions, and I gave them kind of an answer or asked them a question. When someone comes to see you, whether you're handing out food stamps, whether they're coming to you to get something from you, what's the first thing that you need to ask them? Now, think about that. Think about it if it's you. You need something. You need a doctor. You need a post office where you can get a stamp. You need to say, I'm here because I need your help. And the person, who may be you, will say to them, what can I do to help you? What is it that you need that I can help you with? That's how it starts. So you are a case manager. Yeah, that's a big deal. It really is, because that puts you in a position where you're responsible for making sure that the needs of whoever the person is that you're going to meet with are going to be met. But who's going to lead that discussion? It's not you. You can only start by saying, what can I do to help you? How are you today? And what are you here for? What are your needs? Yes, you know the girl is homeless, that she did not finish school. You know that she has some sort of disability, whether it be a physical disability or a learning disability, that she was probably in special education when she was in school, which means there was an active IEP somewhere on her. You know all kinds of things about her. And so, what most of you did was you started to make a list. You don't need a list. You're going to create a list with the person to whom you're speaking. What do you need? Instead of saying, you're homeless, let's go down to Salvation Army. Only most of you say, I'm going to give you the phone number to go to the Salvation Army and talk to them about housing at Berberian. But that's not what you do. What if the person doesn't want to live in housing? What if they like being homeless? What if they want to live under a tree? What if they want to live in their car? What if they're not secure thinking about going and living in some sort of shelter with strange people? What if it means the mother has to give up her child to be able to do that because it's a boy who's over the age of 12? What about all of those things? That mom is going to say to you, or if it happens to be this particular girl, yes, I would be interested in housing, or no, I'm really not interested in housing, but they're going to tell you what their needs are. They need food. So you know where the food is. Or if you don't know, you're going to find out. And you're going to help them by saying, maybe I can help you. Would you like me to get some help for you? Somebody to take you to Salvation Army to get food, or to United Samaritans, or wherever else that you plan for them to go if you can give them that information? You start to build a program with them, not by yourself. Many of you put down that they're going to go to school. That doesn't mean they want to go to school. Maybe they don't like school. Maybe they'd rather work at McDonald's. Maybe they don't want to do anything that you have down on your list. So you're going to begin by trying to find out what they think their needs are. Slowly. You don't do it all in one day. You may start with one or two things. Building trust, building a relationship. You get them to tell you what they want. And then instead of you giving them a list and telling them to go and do it, you arrange for them to go. Maybe you'll pick up the phone while they're there and say, I have someone in my office who needs whatever. Would you have time to meet with them? And then you arrange for them to go and meet with that person. So as you think about being the case manager, who are your contacts? Who do you know? What have you done to find out what the resources are? I know a couple of you are friends because I can see the similarities in what you put on your lists. But even though what you put down is a good thing, and it's good to know about that, you don't lead with that. You come up with saying, I think I have a place where you might go if you're interested. You just told me that you think you would like to live in housing where you could be on your own, be able to cook, be able to do some things on your own. And that's where you start. You start one thing at a time, and you build this program, and then you continue to make sure that they're met with. Maybe you have a volunteer who's going to help you, or maybe you are the volunteer who's going to do the helping. I'd like you to go back and look at your answers. It's open. The module is open, and that particular assignment is open. Go back and look what you did. You took everything that I gave you as a list, and instead of using it as background information, so when the person came in, you knew something about them, you took it as a mandate for you to design a program for them. But in psychosocial rehabilitation, you build the program with them. So go back and look at that again, because this is 5% of your grade. Let's see how you do. Trying it again. And if you have a question, call me. I love talking to you. But don't make this more difficult than it is. This can be a lot of fun. This is where in the helping places, whether you're a counselor in a high school, whether you're working out in some place where they're doing recovery, wherever it is, it's the fun of talking to that person, of getting to know them, of seeing them try to make changes in their life, and you're helping enable those changes. But they need to be the people who direct what those changes are going to be, not you. And you learn the fine art of being able to suggest and to have knowledge that can make that person better off by giving them some choices. So think about that and enjoy seeing what you might do to help about bringing her change in her life. Okay? And just go on in and change your answer and make it good. While I have you on this, I want to tell you that a lot of you are making it hard on yourselves on your answers and where you put them. When you go down from where your question is, when you click on it, down below it says assignment submission. And there's a little box there that says, written submission. And all you do is go there and start writing. And then press submit when you're done. And it's right there. And it's a lot easier to read, easier for you. And sometimes when it's numbered anyway, it's easier for me. So I love your answers so far. You've got some tremendous ideas and some really good thinking. Some of you write really well, and I can tell there's some of you who need to stay in school and plan to go on. So if you have questions about going on to four-year programs or getting master's degrees in the end or whatever you're going to do, let me know. Be glad to help you. Talk to you soon. Bye.